Hey. No, I'll get struck by lightning.
How much is Star Wars a part of your life at this point?
Well, obviously, it's very much a part of my life. I was surprised to be in this last episode. I was very fortunate to be asked to participate and to work with J.J. Abrams, whom I have a tremendous regard for.
Anything you could say about Skywalker?
No, I'll get struck by lightning.
Well, we did see you return to the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, which is very cool for fans to finally see.
Not like everybody else. I want to see what the whole what they put together and the result. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if anybody knows what's going on.
I don't think so. But stepping onto that set in the Millennium Falcon, was it very nostalgic for you to be back in that setting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It was wonderful.
Punch it!
And also, Star Wars itself, it has stood the test of time. Decade after decade, fans are still being born every day. What is it about Star Wars that you think makes it last this long?
Well, there's a lot of adventure to it, obviously, and but adventure that addresses all of the concerns that we have in terms of good and evil.
Going back when you first became a part of it with Empire Strikes Back, is there a particular moment that you remember when you realized this was Star Wars, this was a big thing? Was it maybe a premiere or seeing a billboard or seeing, do you have a moment where it really hit you were a part of it?
Well, when I was hired to do work with George Lucas, that was a big deal for me. That was a period when George Lucas and Spielberg and Coppola and Scorsese, all of these young filmmakers who were really changing the face of cinema, were doing some really interesting things. To be a part of that was a big deal for me.
When did you realize Lando was such an important character in the Star Wars universe? Because he's become a favorite for many people.
Well, when I decided to play it, I knew it was going to be huge.
Are you a lot like Lando? Do you feel you can relate? I feel like you have the style of your character. You feel like you got the coolness of your character. Are you Lando, actually? Is that the secret?
Hey.
The secret is you weren't even acting. It was just you being you. That's amazing.
Well, I always liked heroic characters.
Yeah.
And I like playing heroic characters. But I love the swashbuckling heroic character.
How you doing, you old pirate? So good to see you.
Now, I understand when Solo: A Star Wars Story was being made, when we saw a young Lando Calrissian played by Donald Glover. Did you give him any advice stepping into that role? Or did you actually get to sit down with him beforehand and maybe, offer a little wisdom?
Well, we met one day for lunch, and I told him to be charming.
What are the keys to playing Lando? Is it just be charming, be cool? What do you have to do to really embody the character?
Well, he's a pretty engaging kind of character. He's so charming, he's roguish, unpredictable in many ways. It makes him much more interesting.
Do you have a particular moment, maybe from shooting Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back for you that was
certainly
special for
when
you?
I go up against Darth Vader for about 3 seconds and realize what I was doing.
Yeah, that was a short battle.
That was one of my favorite moments. Yeah. And of course, meeting Princess Leia.
And who might you be?
Leia.
Welcome, Leia.
Working with Carrie Fisher, I actually had the pleasure of working with her a few times, but what were your memories like with Carrie?
Well, she's very bright, very witty, and really a lovely, wonderful human being.
And as a cast, did you find there was a chemistry with everybody as you went on and did the third film?
Yeah, there was a chemistry, I think. Well, we just saw each other
that's right.
just recently at the Disney.
The opening of Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Well, what is that like to see as someone from that universe, to see them build that theme park? That must be a little breathtaking too.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, So I think people are going to really enjoy it.
Well, thank you, Billy Dee Williams. Okay. Pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Amazing. And that's it. We'll unplug them. Okay.